right, we're back for the 2025 block section of the Thor block, and here we have it says SuperMoose, I think it says in Polish, but it's supposed to be SuperMoose. Every other text I found it says SuperMoose, but I digress. This is an interesting platformer, and we're gonna get right into it. I do want to say, keep your eye on the first screen. We're gonna go through some of the cutscenes. The first part is interesting, so keep your eyes open. 3, 2, 1, go. You see, I'm okay with anthropomorphic moose with hands. Okay, that's fine. But it down on all fours with the hands is a little interesting. So we're SuperMoose. He's a silly guy, as you can see, and he's here to save the woodland creatures from the company called The Man, or not The Man, called The Company, probably run by The Man. So he's a superhero. Well, what does a superhero do? They can't climb up hills very well for some reason. They can leap trees in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaps. They have really high jump radiuses. They can just phase through walls. Yeah, this game is a programmed game of all time. And we're also going to go out of sequence. We're picking up the quest item before we even pick up the quest. And as you expect, we're going to just jump straight through walls at any point in time. The terrain is very odd, nonetheless. Here, 1, 2, maybe miss that jump. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is SuperMoose. This is a 2016 game, if you would believe it. And I can get this mountain. If I can get up here, sir, I'm hitting invisible walls. There we go. All right, here we hit the trigger. So this lost squirrel's trying to find his mom. The mom says, "Hey, I'm looking for my baby. Can you see the baby?" "Yeah, sure." With the child on his back. Anyways. And that was the end of the level. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, it showed checkpoints. You're supposed to hit a very, very long trek, or you could just jump straight through the level and finish it. That is going with a caveat that we'll see up later. So now we're the same thing. We're just going to find the little edge here, jump out of bounds, and just keep going. Very long stretches of nothing. It's a very odd game. It's strangely soothing with the music, but also and then sometimes you get stuck on these hills. The hill physics in this game is weird. There we go again. That if you start jumping and you jump at a wrong angle, it will eat all of your momentum, and you have to climb all the way down the mountain and go back up. It is very, very frustrating at times. So there's another power that Moose has, and I'll see if I show it up here. He can actually, if I can press the right button. Oh yeah, sorry about that. You can like make your character go very, very fast with the camera, and I won't do that due to motion sickness people. This game is very, very silly. You have this fly that randomly comes up to you with no introduction or anything, saying random quips and goes in a circle with it. Best way to move this game is to just jump and get a little bit extra momentum. And we just do this for most of the game. You just break through the walls, find a place to clip back in, and then continue with the objectives. So you see the checkpoints in the top right-hand corner. We have 0 right now. That can be a danger, and hopefully I won't jinx myself with this. But because we have that checkpoints and we don't have any, if I die at any point, then I will have to go all the way back to the beginning of the level. So I need to be very careful when it comes to doing these next couple of jumps. And I think I might have gotten a little lost when it comes to these items. There's 4 places I have to go to grab the items. Yeah, we're supposed to grab pine cones to help fight against people who are trying to destroy the forest for maybe building flats or something like that, whatever the story is. And now we're gonna go up here to a little water section. So the water section went back when I went out of bounds. That didn't kill me. This water will kill me. If I touch this water, I will go straight back to the beginning, and I'm trying to avoid that. Be a little careful here. Cool. All right, last little bit here. We're jumping over these platforms. All right, and we're gonna get about right here. Cool, and we're safe. And now we're gonna go to this general interesting character here. And we're giving the pinecone stick and fight back. And now, unfortunately, we have to play this game legitimate. There's some crates that we have to break open for us to continue, and they're just straight along the path. Oh, also, see these dogs? They're very vicious. They are extremely vicious. They apparently got into the case of the hunter's monsters, and they just fly at you. For reasons I have no idea. I've looked at every single footage I could of this game. They don't do that. But in this particular rendition that I got, they just bolt. Fun fact, I'm playing this on Steam. You can get this game for a whole $2. Or if you want to be fancy, you can get it on the Steam for about $6. And it plays just about as bad as you think. Yep. And here we have a vertical dog. Say hi, vertical dog. Yeah, the physics get really wonky as you get to the next levels. And just the water. And am I across yet? Yes, I'm across. Okay. Yes, and this music just constantly somber throughout the entire time. And also, you've probably noticed that when you start taking damage, your character gets a little. The artwork of this is just odd, just really silly. It's open. Yeah, apparently one of his superpowers that he can detach his horns to destroy makeshift boxes made of sticks and vines. Yeah, there's not a lot of substance. You just keep jumping from one end to the other. It is. And here you're supposed to go through these rocks, and we do the same thing. We're just gonna jump over the rocks here. Yeah, there'll be some random obstacles that'll just appear out of thin air, and if you get hit, you get dazed. It's not fun. It gets me. The physics of these dogs are amazing. As you can see, he'll just keep going. The only thing I can figure is that since I'm doing this jump and run animation, it screws up their logic. So instead of actually like going towards you at a fast pace, it just bolts at you and it just goes right past you. Yeah, rocks, I don't know. I have no idea. They just appear out of thin air. Supposed to stop the moves. I have no clue. Alright, here it goes. Alright. And you know what? I'm missing a crate. I just realized this. I'm at 11 out of 13. There's one that I missed. Alrighty then, I'll have to go backtracking here. Thankfully, if you look on the right side, it'll tell you where the latest crate is. Hopefully it's not too far behind me. Normally, I've never missed these crates, but whenever we go live, things go awry. Alright, let's go on a journey together. Let's see if we can find this last crate that I'm missing. which hopefully won't be as bad. Maybe if I can find it and then die, I think I'll teleport back. Or else I'll restart the level, but either way. Why are the dogs floating? Why aren't you floating? Floating is cool. Floating is cruise control for cool. I may have to just restart this level because I have no idea where this crate I missed. Let's see, here. It may be faster for me just to do the level. There we go. Let's see if we can find this last one. I'm hoping it's very, very short to find the last one. Or not. No, let's just do a restart. This one isn't too bad to go through. That's right, I worked in a little bit of time with the estimate to do random mistakes like this. I told myself I wasn't missing the crates, but no, you're good, you're good. I must have been like slightly off on hitting these crates, so be more careful when I hit them. You can see more of the dogs with perpetual zoomies here. There's the tractor. I think it was this one that I missed. Yeah, this game I really wasn't intending on finding. I found this through searching through different games to find that are bad. And as anyone who's been doing this for a while, you know that bad games beget bad games. Where if you start following the developers or someone who speed runs this game, it all just connects together. You find these weird games. I didn't find this game initially. This is actually another game that I found through the last game that we're going to be seeing in this, my section. And it's going to be it's much interesting than this one. This one actually you have to pay for. Yeah, I'm sure I'm probably like the second person to play this game over like an hour. Alright, I think we're enough. But at least it's not hectic music. It's actually some pretty chilled audio. And maybe some of my Unity gurus here can tell if this is an asset flip or not with audio. Because it very much sounds like something you would hear in any random game. Yeah, attacking takes energy. And also these boars are very, very aggressive. Like they will get on your butt and stay on your butt. Alright, that I should be good now. Yeah, 10, there's 3 up here. Alright, we'll go past the Valley of Zoomies. Avoid these logs. Alright, yeah, this should be enough, because there's one before this maze and the one after the maze. With this car. So, of all the levels, this level has so many walls to keep you out from going out of bounds. Very, very few times you can, and when you do, it's not very useful. Except for this one. You go right above here, you just get this entire hedge maze you have to go through to do this last one. And now we're finally through this level. As it does the transitions. Alright, now this level is interesting. Interesting as in, we'll see. So again, invisible walls, they don't exist. So aggro on some of these enemies are weird. I want you to observe this construction worker. He's constantly on my butt. Or you can just jump on top of him and just walk around on him. And that is useful for me going to the next section. And now we're triggering the latter half of the game. And now it's an auto scroller. But there's a problem with this auto scroller. It lasts 8 minutes. Nothing but this. So you're supposed to be dodging, jumping back and forth, trying to hit anything, keeping health up. Or you can do this little trick. So first, I need to slow myself down a little bit by jumping left and right. And it will slow up over here, and I like my flying ability. The flying ability is the speed of smell. Like, he does not go fast at all. So now with me going super slow and then flying on top of the truck, and as long as I go left and right, just slowly keep myself on the truck, I don't have to do anything. I just have to go left and right. So yeah, we're here for 7 to 8 minutes of just doing this back and forth. So, perfect time to get your coffee, get your water, snacks, water. It's the last day of Big Bad Game-a-thon, and we have some really cool stuff coming up that I'm seeing. Yes, super great time to read donations. Let's see. Let me do something quick. So, as I'm going through here, I decided to prepare some fun moose facts to share with everyone, since we have a lot of time on our hands. So, did you know that a moose is the largest deer in the deer family? So, the moose isn't a moose itself; it's a deer. They are easily confused with being an elk, and it's some kind of weird transition where when the English came over to Canada and they thought it was a moose, it was an elk, but elks, it's a very, very strange subject. Yeah, the flying ability it's not useful at all. The only time I use it for this is just so that you can just take a bathroom break. But unfortunately, I have to constantly move back and forth, else I'll fall forward, and so I have flipped out of bounds to get to this particular area. Unfortunately, the end trigger doesn't happen whenever I go in that general area. So if there's any like Unity gurus who want to break this game down and figure out how to trigger the end of this level without having to do this long auto scroller, I would gladly appreciate it. So yeah, we're just flying back and forth. Again, 8 minutes. Like, it is a slog to sit here and do manual, especially with the logs coming up. There's no reaction time. Sometimes if the physics act a little weird and my trigger jumps off, the truck instead of like following your moose, it will still continue to follow moose and go like sideways. It's really interesting. Next fun fact, male moose can weigh up to 1,800 pounds and having antlers that can spread 6 feet wide. So as you're saying, moose get big. Moose get very, very big. They are capable of diving 20 feet underwater, or in this game, if you go ankle deep, you'll just die. Let's see, what's the next bit here? Moose can live up to 20 years, which is about as long as this auto scroll takes. The gestation period of a moose is about 8 months, so it's slightly less than a human being. A moose eats around 30 pounds daily in the winter and 70 pounds in the summer, so they do eat a lot of food per day. This one I didn't know. Natural predators for the moose are wolves and bears. We saw wolves, we don't see any bears. I've I've never seen a bear take down a moose, and moose are big, and I'm scared to see what a bear could do to a moose. As we were running and jumping throughout this game, they can go as fast as 35 miles an hour. So they can go pretty fast. And last one had listed here, an adult moose can withstand temperatures lower than negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you for subscribing to Moose Facts. But right now, I'm just pressing left and right, waiting for this all to go over. I need to see if I can play this level again and go to the end of the level, because there is one of the models they have in here, if you look at it in the face, is straight up nightmare fuel. What, right? So I hope everyone's had a good time with the Big Bad Game-a-thon. I have. There's some amazingly bad games this year. I believe this is the biggest event we've had since starting this, and really appreciative of everyone who's contributed. Appreciate the mods, especially for allowing me to come back since the 2024 fiasco. Yeah, this is a very fun event all around, and I look forward to next year of seeing what more jank that everyone else can find. We're about maybe a minute or two left into it. I have followed this path out of bounds, and it just zigzags so much. Yeah, you're not missing anything. This just goes on 8 minutes straight, no stops. Yeah. And if you die in this section, guess what you have to do? The entire section again. This is a game of all time, plus. I think this is the end. No, I think I got one more turn. I did this multiple times when doing recordings, and the amount of time I said, okay, I think it's the end. No, hold on, it's not the end. Oh, here's the end. No, that's not the end. I've done that so many times when doing recordings. Yeah, and that smoke you're seeing in the background, that's not the dust getting kicked up by the truck. That's just me moving back and forth on the truck, making all this dust happen. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the end. Coming up pretty soon. Yeah, the truck's a tank. I mean, it's hit about 100 logs already and just never blinked. I do love all the small little sound effects every time you hit something. Should be the last turn. Yes. Okay. We're finally almost at the end. And a little funny happens. It's a horse, and you get kicked. All right. So, fun fact about this game: it was made in 2016. Did you know in 2016 you don't have to play night levels? You can just refuse. You don't have to if you want to. Just skip the level instantly. The only level you did that on. So now we're going to be playing another auto scroller. But I'm going to see if I can manipulate RNG here. So now we're on to another auto scroller. But this one's slightly more entertaining because you're a bird and you drop water on them. Yeah, I drop water. And now we're just sitting there getting everyone soaking wet and mad. And this goes on for maybe another 3 or 4 minutes of just sitting here doing nothing, collecting stars for help, question mark? Oh, Also, these backhoes really don't like water. You just put a couple clicks on it and they're dead. One thing that's frustrating about this particular section is that if you look at the top left-hand corner, there's a health gauge. You're supposed to be dodging these shots. I have tried multiple times. I don't know what the hitboxes are for getting shot at. The only thing I can tell is that your model is actually tethered to the ground, and they're actually shooting that piece, and I cannot dodge it whatsoever. So more or less, I have to attempt to feign dodge and collect all the help I can. Here, like even if I try to juke them in a hard angle, it's missed every single time. At least the music's fairly decent. Here, just keep going. I've tried looking into how this path gets created, because I found that if I was playing this straight off the level that we just restarted, the enemies who spawned were different, and I've not figured out how to correct it. Yes, this is a 2016 game, and it's available for Steam and the Switch if you want to spend $6 on this. Keep missing. That's another thing. Aiming with these mechanics are not accurate whatsoever. There could be an enemy on a path that you're supposed to hit. You will completely whiff it. Like sometimes you hit just dead on. Other times, like you'll be like inches off. All right. I could have hit 100 points. Should be coming up to that fairly soon. Should be it. That should be it. There we go. Congratulations, you won. All right, now we're at the final level, and once you look at the bottom left-hand corner, this is our last fight we need to win. Yeah, let's go. That must be an early render of that moose because it looks very, very scary. Some of these games has some interesting nightmare fuel. You'll see in the next game after this one. So I'm going to just continue our normal routine. We're no longer in side scroller hell. Climbing up. And once again, we're going to climb up a tree, jump out of bounds. And we're actually off to fight a final boss. Strangely enough, this game does have at least one boss to fight. So jump over here, jump up here, and give me a guess of what the boss is going to be. It's going to be Bulldozer. All right, big arena. You can sit there and fight this thing, and it flies out of the arena. Yep. So now we have to go chase it down and go bump it some. Just get this corner and just bop it. And I can't overkill it because if I do, it soft locks. There we go. And time. All right, that's time, but I want you to see the last sequence of the game. There we go. We have finally defeated the company. And victorious, and I wouldn't have made it if not for my friends. Well done. All right, that is it for SuperMoose, and we were ready for the last game. As I have submitted to the committee, I told it it's called Dino Kids. We'll be translating that in just a moment.